Hello, dear English teachers in Peru, and welcome to today's webinar. Welcome to today's webinar. Today we have our last webinar titled Digital Schools and Digital Learners, the Perfect Match. And we have the impact of Prelim 3 in ELT Peru. Today we have amazing surprises, so please stay connected. Now, I have to, we have to consider, please follow us. Remember, you are cordially invited to follow us in our social networks. We have our Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegram, YouTube, TikTok, and don't forget to join us, English teachers in Peru and teachers around the world. And now we have to remember some instructions in order to participate in today's webinar. Please type your questions in the comment section. The answer to your questions and comments will be replied by our guest speaker at the end of the webinar in the question time section. And, okay. And when finishing the webinar, sorry, I have some problems with my internet connection. We know that it happens. Now, about the exit ticket, dear teachers, please don't forget that. It's so important. When finishing the webinar, we will share a link for you to have access to the exit ticket, which will be available for 15 minutes. And now it's time to know our guest speaker, dear Pamela Salazar. Could you introduce her, please?
Yeah, dear Miss Mariela, thank you. Welcome, my dear English teachers in Peru. Good afternoon, everybody. Well, good evening, I think. Well, now I'm going to present our fantastic speaker. This is Alicia Lara, who is going to talk about digital tools and digital learners, the perfect match. But let's see who Alicia Lara is. Well, she has been a passionate teacher-preneur and an educator for the past 21 years. She first graduated with a degree in business management. Then she furthered her studies with an education and EFL, ESL instruction degree. She is a Cambridge certified trainer holding 12 international certifications. The TKT Core, TKT Young Learners, Train the Trainer, XCPE, TOEFL, TOEIC, among others. She worked as a teacher for the most important language centers in Peru, IB, PYP bilingual schools, and well-known universities. Alicia has also been consultant of prestigious private schools, language training institutions, and internationally popular publishers and bookstores. Currently, she is the General Director of Basis Languages and Training, a company that is committed to education, innovation, ELT, and its continuous improvement. Alicia's principal area of interest is increasing student motivation in the classroom and outside it. Her academic goal towards the ELT community is contributing to the real improvement of the quality level of English teachers. Recently, and thanks to a diploma program she got in neuroeducation, she has been exploring the topic of emotions as a motivating factor in ELT. So, my dear Alicia Lara, welcome once again. Well, my dear, thanks for accepting our invitation, and the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Yeah, here I am. Thank you very much for such a warm way to introduce me, dear Angela. And welcome everyone. Good evening. I have always had this trouble about saying good afternoon or good evening when it is 6 or 6:30. I'm going to ask again my native speaker friends, but let's say good evening then. First thing I have to do, I must do, in fact, is to show you something. I would like everyone who is participating to close your eyes for a couple of seconds. And now you can open your eyes to see this. That is for each one of you. I hope you can see it. Can you see this? It's a happy face for each one of the participants in this Saturday entertaining, useful, and helpful webinar time. So thanks so much for being here on a Saturday evening. And I hope the information we're going to share is definitely helpful and useful. Something that I normally mention is that everything we do needs to be functional or needs to work well for us in our classes. Having said this then, let me share the presentation of mine. And here it comes. Whoop. Okay. First of all, if something happens, if you cannot hear me well, if there is something with the image, the slides in front of you, please let me know. So I will really appreciate if people in the ETiP team let me know if something happens. You know, sometimes technical problems occur. So in case that happens, let me know about it. And today's topic comes thanks to the kind invitation of British Council English Corps, institution that I am representing in this opportunity. And obviously, thanks to the nice invitation of the community, I feel definitely part of, English teachers in Peru. And when they told me I needed to present this topic on digital tools, I said, wait a minute. Usually the one who presents everything about digital tools is my dear friend, Michael. So I said, Michael has already presented something about that. And my idea is not to repeat the information he has already mentioned, but to try to share some other things about digital tools, even some more simple tools that we can use in order to include them in our classes. So the topic today is digital tools and digital learners, the perfect match. Angelita already introduced me, so let's go into the aims that are our main goal after today's webinar. The idea about the aims is the following. I would like everyone who is participating this evening to understand the use of digital tools and the benefits in the teaching and learning process. We have to focus on ourselves as teachers, and we also need to focus on our students in their learning process. Second aim, to recognize various functions and features or characteristics of the categories of digital tools. Because yes, there are different types of tools, digital tools, Last but not least, to explore the use of various categories of digital tools, as well as their functions and features. Due to the time, we are probably going to explore 3 or 4 different digital tools and try to make it interactive with some of the participants in here. Those are our aims in the webinar. Now, I am sharing something very personal with you all. I am a proud 45-year-old woman. My birthday was last month, in fact, so I just became 45. But I was born in 1978. This picture, in fact, is a picture of mine. My mother says when I was 1 year approximately. Oh, you can see this picture. It is not clear. It is quite blurry, blurry, borroso. Look at my clothes. Definitely it was winter time. But the thing is that I want to say that when I was born, the situation and the world was definitely different from the world we are experiencing and living nowadays. What do I mean? This. When I was born, televisions would look like this one here. My mother says that in fact, television in colors came to Peru in the 80s. So when I was born, TVs were still in black and white. And they would look, as I insist, like this one. Nowadays, we count on smart TVs that are really thin, flat screen. Of course, cell phones or smartphones did not exist. Nowadays, we can take perfect pictures using our cell phones, record videos. And I would even go a bit further into the emotional connection with you all. I perfectly know there are different colleagues, different age colleagues here. So probably there are people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. But the thing is that people who is my generation will probably remember that the communication we had with our friends in the classroom or outside the classroom was using this type of letters, notes, notitas. Nowadays, everyone communicates through WhatsApp or SMS in some cases. So the thing is that the title is talking about digital learners because the students we have, if we're focusing on school students, were born and they have always known cell phones, internet, smart TVs, and everything that is related to technology. I would like to mention something. I don't know if some of you remember that years ago, there was a famous appliances brand. And in the commercial, they said, te hace la vida más fácil. La tecnología, they said that their refrigerators, their cookers, everything they offered, te hacía la vida más fácil. But I would say, okay, technology makes our lives easier when we know how to use them. But I perfectly remember 2 or 3 years ago, teachers asking me and some other colleagues about how to use Zoom, how to use Meet, because it was not popular for us to use those different platforms or apps. So technology can help us, yes. Digital tools are helpful, of course. And why is this important? Because this helps us empower our students and make them free to learn the language in a real, better way. We can then enter into our topic. What can we say about digital tools? Okay, about digital tools, we can say that in today's world, technology is here, there, and everywhere. Cell phones, internet, Zoom, everything around us is basically connected to technology as part of our everyday lives. Then, it is obvious that we need to adapt to this technology. Since the beginning of the 20th century, the world has seen significant technological advancement. I was mentioning something about this. The emergence of smartphones, the internet, computers, social media, websites, and many other platforms and apps have created a way for the development of digital tools that are definitely going to help us and enhance the practice in the education system, because it goes for the teaching side as well as for the learning process. Now in education, there are more digital tools that are being adopted and have become important for us. The idea is try to make our classes more dynamic, more simple for our students. Is it obligatory to use digital tools? I would say that it is necessary, but not obligatory. And the most important thing, remember that everything depends on where we are teaching, type or the group we are teaching to. And give me a second, just in case, timeout. I will be reading your comments here on YouTube directly. When there is any part that is interactive, I will be reading and answering you. And then we're talking about digital tools. Okay. Something that I have not just learned, of course, but I have confirmed thanks to some colleagues is that sometimes when we know something, we assume that the rest of people around us know about this information too. However, it not always happens. So in case there are new teachers here, in case there are newbies, in case there are teachers that are not so sure about what digital tools exactly are, here it comes the clarifying idea. Digital tools are programs or websites or online resources that you can use to make your tasks, activities, or exercises easier to be completed by your students. A lot of these digital resources can be accessed without the need to download any program. In some cases, you need to download them, for example, Zoom, but in many other cases, just by clicking on a link, you can access the digital tool. Then, digital tools, together with dynamic activities, create the ideal learning experience. And in parentheses, I placed online because the idea is that now we are having classes presentially. Last week, the climate was sadly making some people struggle, and we had to come back to online classes for a couple of days. So after the pandemic, we all know we need to be prepared to teach online or presentially. And let's start with our digital tools. You can see here these three different groups that are divided in tools for personal learning, individual learning, self-study time, if you prefer, tools for workplace learning, training courses sometimes, and tools for education in general. I am going to send this information to Ms. Mariela, so you will be able to access this link that I included. This is the source. And this is about the top tools for learning in 2022. This is what they, after some research, came to. They said, okay, these are the most used digital tools by many people at work for self-study and in the educational system. I hope you can recognize many of them. So I will start reading your answers on YouTube. Honestly, look at this picture and try to count, honestly, how many of these logos representing different apps or digital tools do you know about? For example, you may look at this one and you say, oh, definitely I know WhatsApp. This is WhatsApp. I use WhatsApp. Count all of the icons or logos in here, and let's see how many can you recognize. I will be reading your answers in the YouTube chat that is over here. Okay, over here, Juan Carlos says that digital tools are very important nowadays. But he also mentions that it is important to consider technical problems. Remember, the question is, count how many of these logos can you recognize, do you know about, in different words? Someone says a surprised face, so probably she doesn't know about some of these ones. Okay, over here, someone says Kahoot. Yeah, Axel is familiarized with Kahoot. Lucia says Padlet, Quiz, and Genially. Maria del Pilar says, from all this set of logos, she recognizes and knows about 16 tools. 11 tools, says Carmen. 10 tools, says Rosa. Someone mentions them. Telegram, Spotify. And, okay, that is the idea. This is the idea. Thank you very much for your answers. Someone says, I recognize only 2 of them. There are many things that probably we are familiar with, and there are probably some other logos that come up being new for you. The most, let's say, popular, WhatsApp over here. If you like listening to music, Spotify over here. Let's go to the center. Zoom. Master, I would say. YouTube. Right now we're using it. Google, of course. Google and the many apps it also offers. We also have TED. TED Education offers lots of useful videos. LinkedIn. Well, here in Peru, the most of people call it LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a social network, but for work. Then we have, what else? Google Classroom over here. Quizlet. I think some people were talking about Quizlet. Michael even usually talks about Quizlet. Wordwall. I think you are familiar with Wordwall too. Now we are going to use some of the exercises provided by Wordwall. Genially. And well, as you can see, there are many different applications, platforms, or in general, digital tools that we can use. What is the most important thing? To know what is our objective with our students. We can know about the most amazing digital tool, but if it is not, let's say, if it is not ideal for reaching the objective of our students' level, it's not going to work well. Sometimes you can use simple tools, popular tools, and the classes are going to end up being fantastic and very dynamic. So let's continue. I will need some help in here. Probably one of the admins, please. I am going to send you the link, and I think you can share the link with the participants, right? So I am going to copy the link through the chat in here. Just give me a second to stop sharing this and copying the link. Which, yeah, over here. And please, Marielita, Angelita, anyone who is able to share this, I am going to send you the link in a second so everyone can participate. Click, click. Oops, sorry, my internet got a little slow. Yeah, here it is then. And I need to share the link over here. Click and click. Sorry, my dear participants. Yeah. Share the link. Click, link, expand. Okay. Now I am sending link through the chat. There it is, the link, my dear admins. Can you please share the link with the participants? And for my dear participants, this is what you are going to do. The English Teachers in Peru team is going to share a link with you. When the link is opened, you're going to see this. Click here. Okay, there's the link. Yeah, you're going to see this presentation. And there is a question for you. There are different alternatives here below. I'm going to make it bigger, don't worry. Presentation, present. The idea is that you have to click on. Now it is. I think it's my internet. Give me a second. Yeah, yes, it was the internet. Sorry. So the idea is to answer the question, which one have you used the most? That is the question for you all. Which one have you used the most? You have the alternative to click on Padlet, Kahoot, Canva, Mentimeter, Genially, WordWall, Live Worksheets, Zoom, and Spotify. These are some of the chances I chose. So you can see this person over here thinking about the application or digital tool he has used the most. Which is the app that you have used the most? Click. I think the link is already in YouTube. It is fixed on YouTube. Yes, answer clicking on the link. I mean, click on the link, you will see this, and you will be able to click on the answers. Yeah, so now it says there are people answering. I am going to show you the real-time answer now. Let's escape this. Click. And you're going to see the answers different colleagues are presenting. So here, presentation. And preview. Now let's share the information on real time. Questions? So far, let's make it bigger. I'm going to share my screen with you. When you use this app, what you get is obviously a different way to get the information from what the students see. So far, you can see there is a cap in here. So I am going to click here where it says show winner to get to know what is the most popular application on your site. Which, now let's make it the bigger here. Show the winner. No. Sorry about the technical problems. It is the internet. And I think someone was talking about this. Yeah, we can count on internet, but the problem is that sometimes, yep, I hope it's possible to see it. It's my internet. Yeah, I'm going to place my cell phone over here so you can see it. Yeah. Yes, it was my internet, sorry. Okay, so once you have already gotten different answers, you were clicking on the preference of yours, depending on Padlet, Kahoot, Canva, or others. Even I think some other people still is answering, but you have the chance to click on enter over here on your side, and then you get to know about a winner. The winner in today's Mentimeter is Zoom. Zoom is the digital tool that the majority of people have used. I perfectly know that you have also used Kahoot and probably WordWall and maybe even live worksheets, that the master in here was Zoom. So what can I say about this application that is called, as you can read over here, Mentimeter or Menti? The shortened form is just Menti. Give me a second to go back to the original page. And now you will be able to see all the possibilities that you have with Menti or Mentimeter if you want the full name. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to share my account. This is a new account. Because of space, I created a new one a couple of days ago because my previous one was full of different activities. And for example, this is another presentation I had with a group of students. And hey, click internet, please. Don't be bad. Yeah. And for example, you can even ask questions to your students. They can answer. You can place different photographs or have a look at all the possibilities that you have in here. The templates or plantillas. Now I am sharing. Yes, you can see them. Look at all the different types of templates or plantillas that you can have using this Mentimeter. So, imagine that you are working with your students on some vocabulary and you want them to confirm if they remember the new words they were working on. You can choose the type of activity that you prefer to work with them. You have here bars, bar charts, I mean. You have word clouds. Look at all the different designs, models. You can use bar charts even with pictures, as you can see here. You can have roulettes or wheels, as you prefer to call them. You can also use pictures like emojis. Every time I place the mouse, it changes. But these are all the different templates that you can use depending on the topic you are working on is. The thing is that, sorry about the little internet problem, but the point is that you can use this with your students and you will get the answers of 20, 30, 40 people or more. In this case, it was approximately 180 something answers that I got on real time, on live. So if you have a class with 30 students, the 30 students can answer, and you will get to read all of the answers with a winner, with a certain topic, depending on what the exercise was about. So, let's see. I think even, no, sorry, I am reading the YouTube chat. Okay. No, it's okay. Some people were saying that they couldn't hear me well, but that now it's okay. So in this case, then this is one of the digital tools that you can use. How it is called? Mentimeter. What is it for? Interviews, vocabulary, questions, answer general questions. It depends on what you want to focus on and what type of activities you want your students to work on. Then, one question, admins, is my audio okay? Or it's quite cut? Because I don't know if it is my audio, my internet.
Yes, it's okay, Alicia. So sometimes we listen, I don't know, your voice as a robot. like a robot sometimes, but yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Marielita. So I am placing the internet connection really close to me and to the laptop, just in case.
Most of the time it's clear.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, because probably it is also happening not only on my side, but also on the students, the participant side. It usually happens. That is the thing about technology. But this was the first resource that we could focus on, Mentimeter. What I like about this, I like it because it is interactive. I asked you the question, you clicked, and I got your answers immediately on real time. So definitely this is useful. It can help you, especially with large classes, 30 answers, 40 answers. You get all of the answers, you can get the information from your students, and now give me a little time to show you something else. Going back to the presentation before using some other apps. Check this. It says, okay, name of the app or digital tool, Mentimeter, shortened form, Menti, also known as Menti. Have you used Mentimeter before? Some people were saying yes, they used it before in their lives, in their classes. The idea is that you can talk about your objectives, the templates, and everything that you can find there. That is why I was showing you the different types of templates Mentimeter offers. Remember that before using something, we need to explore, we need to know how to use it, and then we can use this in our classes. That is the same thing we were working on before presenting. Apart from Mentimeter, that is one type of tools, what else can we say about digital tools? Digital tools are not only exclusive for games. It is not only about games and playing and playing. We have different types of tools. Here you can see I placed the different categories we can find on digital tools. For example, we have teaching platforms. Of course, use them not only for teaching or learning or studying, but also in offices, for example. But I am focusing on the educational sector. So we use Zoom, like right now, Google Meet. Many institutions use Google Meet. Microsoft Teams is another platform that we can use to do this we are doing right now. What is my personal comment about these apps? In my case, I prefer to use Zoom because of one principal reason. When we share the slides or the screen in Teams or Meet with our students, it is not possible to see their faces anymore. Right now, for example, the English teachers in Peru and I are connected through Zoom. So if they turn on their cameras, I can see their faces. Right now, they are not using the cameras because of this presentation. But in a class, my personal idea is that we need to see our students' faces. We need to see their reactions. We need to see if they understand, or maybe we need to see their faces of, what is this? If you don't see them, you will not know if they really got the information, if they are following the class or not. So for me, it is important in online classes to see the students' faces, because this is the communication we have if we are only using cameras. Some people also agree with me. Some people say, yeah, Zoom is the best. I am reading the comments on YouTube. Some people said that Zoom and Microsoft Teams. Oh, yes, Teams also. I have used Teams just a few times, to be honest. But probably there were changes, because when I used Meet, Google Meet, time ago, it was different from the Google Meet that it is now. It has some features, some new features nowadays. Then, yeah, some people is using that they definitely prefer Zoom because of the features or characteristics they offer. The point is that we have these teaching platforms. Okay. We also have organization apps. What is the idea? To get organized, to organize our information, to organize our PowerPoint presentations, to organize everything we need to organize. I am going to talk first about this part, and then I am going to share my screen, okay, for not stopping and coming back. But I am going to show you my Google Classroom, for example, and I am going to show you my Wakelet. Have you heard about Wakelet, the Wakelet app? Have you heard about it? Have you used Wakelet before? I am going to show you my Wakelet. I would say that Wakelet is an excellent digital tool for you as teachers to save all the resources and information and to share if you also want to share it with students or colleagues. Microsoft Teams. Well, I am going to show you my Wakelet, as I was saying, and I am sure that you are going to say, oh, me ahorro el espacio del celular. Yes, because everything is digitally stored. Storage, sorry. Then, tools for creating lessons and content. Michael usually focuses on these. Canva, for example. He uses many resources, different other applications that I didn't want to repeat in here, but you can create very dynamic and active lessons using all these digital tools. Jamboard, we are also going to have an example of what Jamboard is, how it works, just in case, because maybe there are people or colleagues who have not used it before. We also have platforms for playing games in class. Usually when I talk about digital tools, the majority of colleagues say, okay, digital tools are only for playing games in the classroom. No, they are for much more than that. As I was saying, you can use platforms for teaching, you can use platforms for creating, you can use platforms for organizing your information, and obviously to play too. Kahoot, I am sure that many of you have played and created lessons using Kahoot. Quizlet, 2. Word wall. We are going to play a game in a couple of minutes. And then you will also be able to see these 3 different apps. Well, Mentimeter we have just used, and I showed you the different templates. But I don't know if you have ever heard about Video Ask. That is a very nice one. I use it in my classes. And Padlet. Padlet, I think that some of you were talking about it some time ago, but it is very useful too. Then, give me a second. And I'm going to show you some examples, information, the format and the pages of Wakelet. This is their logo. Padlet. This is their logo. Video Ask. This is their logo. Jamboard logo over here. And even Google. I'm going to show you something very nice about Google Translate that is not translating the information. So let's go to that part. Full of examples. Give me a second to change my screen. And let's move over here. Please, I need someone in the admin team. Don't feel shy. Imagine your students. So I need someone in the admin team to please give me some help to show how this game in WordWall works. Any volunteer, you can raise your hands. Amela, Gina, maybe. Miriam, any volunteer to play just for a minute to help me show people how this game works? No volunteers? If there are no volunteers, I am calling someone else. Angelita, thank you very much.
Hey.
Angelita, listen to me. I am giving you, Angela, the control to my screen. You are going to control my screen for everyone. In this case, the word wall game is about looking at the picture. This was about daily routines. You say, okay, this is wake up, for example. And then you have to move the letters to the correct position. Angelita, you're going to complete 2 of these examples, okay? Get ready, Angelita. Okay. I am giving you the control. Yes, give me a second. I am giving you the control to my screen. It says Angela Salazar. Control. Angela Salazar. Control. Which I am not clicking here. Angela Salazar. Which? Yeah, okay. I am not moving anything. Angela is playing. You just drag and drop. Drag, arrastrar, drop, soltar. Drag and drop. So you have the first word and obviously the second. Yes, it says perfect. Get up is presented in the picture. Go to the second. Look at the picture. What is this, Angela?
Brush my teeth.
Of course.
Okay.
Brush my teeth. And then Angela is moving the letters to create, obviously, the correct words. Brush my teeth. Let's go for one more, Angela. One more. Click on next. The last one. Yeah, relax. Look at the picture. There is milk. So what is this?
Have breakfast.
Yes. You look at the picture. You say there is milk. The boy is eating cereal. So definitely, according to the letters, it is have breakfast. While Angela is organizing the letters and scrambling the letters. In this case, this is a game. For you as teachers and as adults, you may say, oh, this is easy peasy. But for students, this is challenging, especially now in 2023, because please correct me if I am not correct. But the thing is that our students have forgotten about writing skills. Thank you very much, Angelita. I am taking, give me a second. I am taking the control back. Stop control. Okay. So what can I say? Thank you very much, Miss Angela.
You're
Claps for
welcome.
Angela, please. Let's show her my reactions over here. Yeah, claps for Angela. And also a thumbs up for you. For Angela. So I was saying, this is writing. Remember that our students have been studying online, virtually, remotely for 2 years. So one of the skills that is lowered is the writing skill. They are not used to writing. They don't like writing that much. So in this type of games, you are promoting the correct spelling of words. Have, for example, breakfast. Many students get, ¿cómo es breakfast? B-R-E-K, wrong. So I know they need to move the letters or unscramble the letters in order to get the correct word created. In this case, the topic was daily routines. So it is, okay. Platform, digital tool. This one over here, word wall. There are different types of games. You can create your account for free as a teacher, and you can create your own games in here. This game was created by any teacher in the world. I think here it says, no, created by Heart for Kids. They created this, but you can also create your own resources. If you said, no, I want to use pictures about breakfast with tamal and chicharro, you can do it. Let's make it real for our Peruvian situation then. You can use your pictures, you can create this for free, and it is a digital tool that is going to be nice for students. Then, let's use another example from Wordwall. Give me a second to move my screen. Goodbye to this one. Okay, I'm moving to another exercise. I like this one because it also has some nice sounds. I'm going to show you the example over here. Please, my dear teachers, close your eyes for a second and imagine you are here. Let's say this is the grammar jungle. And animals will congratulate you if you do, if you get the correct answer. And animals will encourage you to get the right one if you make a mistake. So in this game, also provided by Wordwall, the idea is to use or the present simple or the past simple. What are you focusing on with your students? Grammar tenses, but in a nice way. You have the picture, okay, you say, yeah, está yendo a algún lado. And then the question, where go last Sunday? So the idea is that students need to click on the right leaf. There are 3 different leaves here, hojas. And you have to click on the one with the right answer. For example, where did Mary went? Okay, let's say, where did she go last? Correct answer, the monkey congratulates me. One more idea. She eat bar pasta with her parents last Sunday. Okay, again, it's talking about the past. So I could say she. One more time, the monkey congratulates me. What happens if I get a wrong answer? Mark, not study math every morning. Let's imagine that I click in here. Oh, the lion roars, ruge. And it says, okay, wrong answer. But the correct alternative. So in this case, using this type of games, digital resources, or being used in classes, you are helping your students to remember the important grammar accuracy in a fun way by clicking on correct answers. And this game is also possibly found in Word Wall. And the most important, remember that you can create your own games. You just need to click on Word Wall, crear cuenta, crear usuario, and that's it. For free, you will have an account for you to create your own games and exercises, if you prefer. Or obviously you can number of resources they have already stored in here. One more thing. I said word wall and how. What happens if you want to save information? Something that some colleagues tell me about is this about, oh, Miss, I don't have more space in my computer and I have a lot of PowerPoints and Drive is also full, especially now that Google only gives you 15 gigas. So I have a lot of materials, but the materials are so many that I don't have space. Here it comes. This is the logo. You can create your Wakelet account. And what is the idea about Wakelet? In Wakelet, you can save different types of information. I have more than one Google account. Y aún teniendo más de una cuenta, me falta espacio en Drive.
¿Dónde estaba muteado?
So, what is the... Sorry? So what is the point? The thing is that you can create your collection and you can save information for your lessons to be used in the future. Or if you want to share information with your students, you can also do it. In my case, everything that you can see here is private because I use it to save my information without using space in Google Drive or in Google, in Google Drive or in the Microsoft Cloud. So say, okay, this is online, so I don't use, or I am not, sorry, using any space from my accounts. Look at all the collections that I have here. So when I need to work on, okay, criterios de evaluación para inicial, this is my information saved. I need to talk about multiple intelligence. This is the information that I have already saved. You can save as much information as you want. I have a lot of files in here. And it is not using any space from my laptop, from my Google Drive, from my Google Classroom or anything, because it is everything online. So what is this application then? Give me a minute to go again. where is my profile? Here. My, where is it? My account, my class, my profile. Let's show my profile. Wakelet. The same thing. You can create your account for free and you can save all the PDFs, PowerPoints, pictures, all the information you want to save in here. You are not going to have any problems with space. This is online. If your Google Drive is full, here you can save all the information that you get for your classes. Give me a second to have a look at the chat, just in case. Let's continue over here with another one. I am going to show you something that is going to be one of the most simple, let's say, tools that you can use. Okay. If you pay attention to this in front of you, you can see that it is the famous Google Translate or El Traductor de Google. Now, normally when my students want to know about a word in English, I send them the link to word reference or to monolingual dictionaries, Oxford, I don't know, Macmillan, Cambridge, any type of dictionary they can use. But sometimes students want to focus on their pronunciation. And using this Google Translate tool, you can get to know if you are pronouncing words well. How come? This is also possible for you to use it and practice. You will click on the microphone here. I am going to set an example. The translator is going to type my speech in here. Check this. Mary goes to school every morning. She likes to wear jeans and black shoes. Stop. That's it. Many times the students and sometimes teachers ask me about, Miss, how can I see if I am pronouncing well some words? How can I practice my pronunciation? How can I practice, I don't know, how can I improve maybe my fluency? Well, the only observation here is that obviously since this is a machine, it is not using capital letters or commas or periods. But if you pay attention to this, Google detected all the words that I mentioned. So if I am pronouncing the words well, the machine is going to recognize them and I am going to say, okay, my pronunciation was good. Then I can also listen to this.
Goes to school every morning. She likes to wear jeans and black shoes.
Oops, I think the name disappeared because I remember having said Mary. One more time.
Mary goes to school every morning. She likes to wear jeans and black shoes. Using
something as simple as the Google Translate, not for translating. I am not focusing on this part. My intention is not the translation. I am focusing on the listening and the speaking part, on these two skills. I speak, start recording, and then the machine, the Google Translate program, is going to type the words. You want to listen. Okay, I am not sure about the pronunciation. Okay, it sounds a little like a robot, But in that case, we are focusing on the pronunciation of words, not the intonation. It is not natural because it is a machine, not a person. Let's give it another try. Let's use. The English teachers in Peru community is the best. That's it. Oh, sorry. This was not supposed to be here. And the machine did the words if I pronounce them correctly. The English teachers, I said, okay, there are little mistakes, but it helps me to know if I am speaking well, how well I am doing it. Observation, I insist. No capital letters, no commas, no periods, but it can help you using, it can help you with your pronunciation and fluency too. Want to listen to this?
The English teacher in Peru community is the best.
For example. And this is a tool that you can access easily for free just by placing Google Translate in the Google search bar. Last but not least, let's move to one more thing. Let's go back to the presentation before we finish. I am going to ask you a question. Where is this? Over here. One more time, my dear admins. To reach the ending part of mine, I am sending you a link. Please, I would like you to share the link with the community of teachers and the participants, which give me a second to copy the link. Click. Copy it. Okay. Now, I am going to send a link through the chat to the admin team, and they are going to share the link with you. What's going to happen? Okay, when you click on the link, you have to answer this question. What do you think of digital tools? Just a short idea. I think they are useful. I like them. A simple, short, direct idea. And then you are going to see your answers here on the screen. Interactive too. So my dear admins, I am sending the link through the chat. Yeah, that is the link. Please, Gina or Angela, I don't know who's copying this, but share the link, please, with the community so they can participate. I don't know why my chat is not. Again. Thank you very much. No? It doesn't open? Yeah? Have you tried it, Marielita? It doesn't open. Oh, I don't know. This is the one that it appears. Give me a second then. So let's see. Another time. Okay, one more time. Yeah, now it's okay, I think. Now it's complete. Yeah, now it is complete. So you're going to get the link and you have to answer the question, what do you think of digital tools? I don't know why in the computer the chat is stopped, but I'm going to place the chat over here. While I access through YouTube on the cell phone, I will be waiting for your answers and they will appear on the screen. What do you think of digital tools? something short, straight to the point. Let's see what your ideas and opinions about the topic are. And learn digital tools. I am also going to read the opinion of some people in the YouTube chat, because I perfectly know that sometimes there are a few problems with the internet connectivity. I also experienced that, so I can see. Right now, 47 people are writing. Now, I want you to see it. Look at this. If you can see my screen, my dear teachers, it says 59, 60 people is writing, and you can start reading the answers in front of you, real time. What do you think about digital tools? I love to use them in class. It's amazing. They are helpful. They are fun. It can make tasks easier to complete. They are wonderful. They are useful. But it says here, they're useful and we can adapt them to the environment. We can adapt them to our classes, of course. It is necessary when we are teaching. Digital tools help us a lot. So look, the thing is that there are still 30-something people typing their answers, and everything is happening on real time. I am now using my cell phone, for example, and I am reading also the opinions of some people through the English Teachers in Peru chat. They say they are good resources. Digital tools engage students. I will continue reading the information here. It says they help students, which I was reading on it. They help students being motivated. They are fun to learn English. And look at the number of answers I got. Miss Rose, for example, used a GIF over here. Yeah, she wrote her answer, she typed her answer, and she also placed an animated GIF. That is really nice. You have many opportunities using this type of tools. And in my personal opinion, I would say they are useful because you can use them massively. You have classes with 30 students, 30 answers. Imagine getting or listening to 30 students. It is not possible. The idea of studying English is that people is not only going to pass academic evaluations. The idea of studying any language, in our case English, is to communicate. So the idea, if we want to communicate, is listening to all my students, reading to all my students. But I am going to be honest. In our classes, we don't have time to listen to all my 40 students. This is a good way you can use digital resources as part of your classes and get the information from all the students group. Simple, not complicated. What you need to do, you create your account in Padlet. You place Google, Padlet. Padlet is open, you create your account, and then you create your account for free, and you will be able to have these different types of questions, answers, interaction with your students. Finally, my dear community, let's move to something else. Is it possible for us as teachers to evaluate our students in an academic way and also, give me a second. Thank you. I will continue reading and answering the Padlet tomorrow. As relaxing, I will be reading and answering your answers. So, we were talking about these different digital tools. And I was talking about the possibility of evaluating our students, certifying their level with digital tools. Fantastic news, my dear teachers. Here this lovely puppy is bringing the fantastic news that obviously nowadays we can applications and digital tools like the British Council English Score. I am not going to give you more information about it. I am just going to say that this is an evaluation tool that is going to be really useful and have easy access to. Then, what can we get from this presentation this evening? Okay, here you can see Mr. Cartoon. For people who is my generation, probably you remember him from El Príncipe del Rap or The Fresh Prince. Every time he was happy, he danced like this. And what can we get from this presentation? My idea is that you now are saying, okay, I am capable of using at least 2 new applications or digital tools in my classes. Maybe another person says, I understand the importance of using digital tools for my classes, for my personal creation of lessons, and I understand the many benefits of English Core that is going to be presented now by my dear friend, Claudia. What do you want when you take a test? So, Claudia, thank you very much, dear English teachers in Peru community, for talking a bit more about English Score. I am inviting Claudia to continue.
Thank you so much, Alicia. Again, it's always a pleasure to have you here in the community and always sharing your expertise and all the amazing ideas for the teachers. So thanks again. Y ahora sí, como estabas comentando tú, le damos la bienvenida a Claudia, quien viene representando al British Council English Score y quien nos hablará un poquito sobre la propuesta que nos trae el día de hoy. Bienvenida, Claudia. Muchísimas gracias por estar aquí. Tu micro creo que no se escucha.
Claudita linda, no te escuchamos. ¿Cómo estás? Súper bienvenida a English Teachers in Perú. Todavía no te escuchamos.
No.
Parece que es el micro, de repente se ha desconfigurado. A ver, pruébalo. Ok. Ok. Ya, ok. Entonces, ¿dónde estoy ahora? María Sondorina. Mientras tanto, vamos viendo lo que tenemos el día de hoy. Se viene en un momentito también la presentación de Leonor Marín, quien va a estar el día de hoy con nosotros, no sin antes dar a conocer la propuesta, como ya lo mencionó Angelita, que tiene el British Council con English Score. Recuerden, muchos miembros de la comunidad que estuvieron también en nuestros webinars pasados. Querida Claudita, ¿ahora sí?
¿Sí?
Sí, ahora sí se te escucha.
Y ahora me
Ya te
ven
estaba
también.
robando la presentación. Como ya lo probé, ya sé todas sus bondades, genial, pero yo te dejo a ti, por favor, que tienes más conocimiento al respecto para que ¿sí?
Okay.
Listo. Claudita, continúa, por favor.
Y por favor, me dan el rol para poder compartir la pantalla. como salí, volví a entrar. Hola, ¿cómo
Sí,
están
sí,
todos?
dame un minutito, dame un minutito.
Buenas noches a todos, espero que se encuentren.
Your mic.
Creo que se desconfiguró nuevamente, Claudita, perdón, pero no te escuchamos.
Se fue otra vez, Claudita preciosa. Ujú. Sí, algo pasó, pero justo cuando empezaste a compartir la pantalla, se fue. Ahora no se te escucha, Claudita, sigue igual. ¿Te parece si, a ver, pasamos un momentito con Leonor Marín y luego vamos solucionando el tema con el audio? ¿Sí? Ya, perfecto, gracias. Bien, entonces aprovechamos que ya tenemos aquí a nuestra querida Leonor Marín, quien ha estado ya en diferentes ediciones también en nuestros webinars de English Teachers in Perú, pero el día de hoy viene a darnos una excelente noticia. Leito, espero que ya estés atenta, porque ya va a tocar el poder compartir. Está en este momento todavía el micro cerrado, no te preocupes, pero ya puedes empezar a compartir en un momentito el PPT. Mientras tanto, les comento un poco, queridos English Teachers in Perú, por favor, estemos muy atentos a esta propuesta que nos trae también a través del British Council, el Consejo Británico, quien tiene una presencia poderosa, vamos a decirlo así, aquí en Perú, no solo en Perú, ¿no? A nivel internacional, todos los que estamos en este mundo ELT, sabemos que el British Council es una organización internacional súper reconocida y hay un proyecto hermoso llamado Prelim. Este año es su tercera edición y el día de hoy tenemos a una de las personas que está liderando este proyecto aquí en Perú. Con nosotros tenemos a Leonor Marín. Querida Leito, ¿puedes quitarle el micro? Está muteado. ¿Puedes quitarle para poderte escuchar, por favor? Estamos felices de tenerte hoy. ¿Cómo estás, Leito?
Muy bien, muy contenta, feliz, he escuchado todas las presentaciones y siempre para mí es un placer de participar en los webinars, en este caso los Summer Webinars, ese es el closing, y estoy feliz.
Perfecto, estamos listas ya para que puedas compartir tu presentación. Me das, por favor, me indicas. Dejo de compartir acá. Si José nos ayudas, ya le hemos dado el co-host, Leito, sí, ya está. Puedes empezar a compartir la presentación para que todos vayamos conociendo qué sorpresa hay a través de Prelim, a través del British Council, Nine University y en realidad muchos partners y organizaciones que nos traen algo muy bonito y una oportunidad, maestros, realmente muy linda, generosa para todos nosotros, que necesitamos tanto de apoyo de todo tipo. Listo, querida Leito, ya estamos viendo en pantalla. Ya puedes empezar de repente a ampliar la presentación para poder teaser.
Okay. Right.
Listo.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay, great seeing you, Mariela. Bueno, en realidad con Mariela nos reunimos los domingos de 6 a 7, todos los domingos. Well, a very good evening to everybody, and thank you to ETiP for organizing this valuable summer webinars. And Alicia, it was really nice seeing you. And okay, shall I admit some participants or? Okay, right. And I want to mention something that Alice said. She mentioned te hace la vida más fácil. And I really like that because I think that we can apply to what makes teachers, okay, life easier regarding ELT. Okay, and congratulations, Alice, on your presentation. And talking about the British Council English tools, in some questionnaires that you will see, you will find some of the English tools that very rightly Alice mentioned. Right, so the title is the impact of Prelim 3 in ELT improve. Okay. And we have, this is the logo. This is the official logo, all right? And this is by the British Council, London, British Council in London. And now something very important, because since this is a very informative session, and I'm not really very accustomed, very used to presenting, you know, informative sessions, but I really like, you know, active sessions, all right? So you run, you stand up, because I think that I'm sure that teachers of English are like this. So what I want you to ask, please, you know, everybody, is we have prelim and we have the meaning of the acronym. For some teachers, it was a bit difficult to memorize what it means. So shall we do an experiment? And you're going to have just 1 minute to learn by heart, to memorize prelim, right? So this is what? Prelim, what does it stand for? Partner. Okay, 2, it's not only 1. Partner, remote. Okay, pandemics, remember? Remote language improvement project. All right, so 1 minute for you to memorize. Okay, partner remote language improvement project. Partner remote language improvement project. Partner remote language improvement project. Okay, could you maybe use the chat, and could you please write what prelim stands for? All right, partner remote language improvement. Okay. So, all right, okay. Partner remote language improvement project, okay. All right, hi Vilma, yes, hi Vilma, yes, I do remember you. Okay, but who, okay, any volunteer who has memorized partner remote language improvement project, or just write prelim, Prelim, nobody? Delay, hello. Yes, all right, hello, Delay. Hacks. Okay, could you please just text prelim? All right, so as an exercise, maybe for our hands, okay? Prelim, no? Okay. Oh yeah, sorry, it's going like slower in that, yes, in YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to wait. All right. Okay, but I'm sure that you have learned by heart what prelim stands for. Okay, P for what? P for partnered, all right? And then we have R for remote, and then we have can you hear me? Because all right, in YouTube, it says that you cannot listen to me. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, it's clear later.
Yes, because in YouTube, I have some, okay, now you can hear me, all right? Now you can hear me? Okay, I was talking about memorizing, about learning by heart, about prelim, what it stands for. So I'm going to assume, I'm going to imagine, you know, there's magic in teaching. So I'm going to assume that we have already learned what prelim, all right, stands for, which is Partner Remote English Language Improvement, and the key word, the successful word, which is project, all right? So this is the overview, all right? I'm not going to read it because whenever we have a slide and there's information there, okay, over to you. You're going to read what this presentation is going to be about, okay? Oh yeah, yes, Beatrice, I remember you. Okay. Okay, Magali, I'm fine. All right. Oh, all right. Okay, some of them are typing that they cannot hear me. Okay. All right. So this is all right. This is what this informative presentation is going to be about. All right. And you can see that ETiP administrators are going to participate. All right. This is really nice. Prulin, what is it? If you look at the picture, could you please now type what comes to your mind when you see this picture? What words come, right? What words come about Prulin, about partnered remote English language improvement, partnered remote English language improvement? What brings to you, all right? Okay. Could you type some words that you associate with the picture, right? Some words. Angelita and Maria, do we have some words that they have written, that they have texted?
Sure, I will take a look at it.
All right. Okay, I'm going to check in my mobile if they are okay. Can you see them? All right. Okay. Yeah. Again, about the exit ticket. Okay. I don't have the answer about that. And all right. So I'm going to continue. Yes. And okay. Prelin is about teachers sharing knowledge, teachers sharing information, teachers being given opportunities, right? Now, and this is what I need to change. Maybe shall I? Yes. All right. Just a second. Okay, because this is very important. Prelim, I want you to have a look, and if you could tell me if you see any difference among them. All right, just text. No, they're the same, or you can text. Yeah, there's a difference, and which one is the difference? Which one is the one which is making the difference? You have answers in. I'm going to check in my mobile. All right. Okay. All right. Yes, it goes. Oh yes. You know, the thing is that I'm just watching via YouTube, and it goes. Yes, Marila, you were right. It goes like slower, right? Okay, so I think that I'm going to tell you. All right, Prelim 1 started in 2020, and you must be like a bit like surprised, you know, because it was pandemic's time. However, we have brave people in ELT, and it was an idea from Roy Cross, okay, from British Council, but something that's very important that we have to emphasize is that he didn't just stop there. Okay, this is going to be British Council idea, and then okay, they're going to be famous for. No, they stopped there, and they asked different institutions whether they agreed to join forces. All right. So of course they asked IATEFL, the International Association of Teachers as a Foreign Language, and IATEFL said, "Oh yeah, this is a great idea, but we're on pandemics." However, they accepted. Then they were knocking doors, and they went to Norwich University, and they said it was a great idea, accepted. And then they went to English UK, which is a very big institution, all right, in the world, and they accepted. So we don't have just, okay, the BC, all right, the British Council London, but we have this. Look, we have all these teams, and that's the way that also we have worked, all right? When we apply, because you have to apply for these prelim opportunities, all right? It was our idea since the very beginning, okay, to not to just present one, let's say, association, but we, last year and this year, we have these alliances with ETiP, with Mariela, with the administrators, and then also with UDEP Campus Lima, Julito Valladares, all right? And I think that, you know, it has a message. We cannot do things, okay, by just ourselves, okay? It is a matter of working in teams, of working cooperatively, and in such a way, we're going to get good results, right? So then what we have is, okay, now, we have a partnership, all right? Then they're going to tell you about Prelim 2, but our partnership this year, and then I'm going to tell the surprise that Angela was mentioning and the good news, all right? Good news is fantastic. Our partnership is Your Associates, Language Limited. And of course, obviously, they are based in Yorkshire, right? And we have here, and I'm going to, all right, I'm going to tell over to Mariela or over to Angela, because they are going to talk about what Prelim 2 was like. So it is your turn, girls.
Here I am. Well, as you were saying, for us, first of all, was an honor to be part of this selection process among the community members who were going to be part of this program. The process was not easy because there were like many extraordinary teachers around Peru who were feeling so enthusiastic to be part of this amazing idea of improving their English level and learning different strategies, not for themselves, but for their students. That is something that I will always remember. This saying from a teacher that said, I don't want this for myself, I want this for my students, for me to be a better teacher. So that was, yeah, it was just amazing. And indeed, well, we all knew that they needed a certain level or English level to be part of this. So that's why we had to do this selection process. And also, part of this was also that they had to live in a zone where it is not always possible to receive training. So there were many teachers there ready to receive this benefit, and they totally deserve it. It was for me an amazing experience, as I was asking them some questions to make sure that they were like in the correct level to continue with the process, but also broke a bit of my heart because I couldn't say yes to everybody. So, but again, this is a huge opportunity for every teacher, and that is something that we have to keep in mind. And again, something that we should continue saying, we are doing this because our students need more from us. So that is what was like in a shortened saying.
And I totally agree with you, Angela. I guess that was the richest part of the project, that we were thinking about the learners. All right. Yes, I love that. I don't know if we have one more participation. Okay.
Now is coming Miss Jessica, who's telling us about how it was to be there. So Miss Jessica.
Great. Hi, Jessica.
Can you see? Yes. Hello, Elena. Good evening, everyone. Well, I have to talk about prelim. Well, I have to say that prelim was a wonderful experience for me because I had the opportunity to work, to work as a team, to meet different teachers around Peru. Can you believe it? Is each classroom, each school for us is unique, right? Can you believe it? To share experiences with other teachers around Peru, English teachers in Peru. Yes, it was a nice experience. We had great teachers, Simon Fletcher and Jane Bora. Not just because they were
Yes,
native. Jane Bora, yes. Not just because they were native, also because they were really, really nice, patient, kind. They gave us tips, resources, techniques to improve our teaching, to know more about the culture. They help us to shape our English. That was really nice, really, really nice for me. This experience was great. I hope we can have another opportunity for this prelim course, and that most of you, my dear English teachers in Peru, can have also the opportunity as me and my partners. Yes, thank you very much for this experience again. Leonor, Miss Marielita, thank you so much. Yes, was a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. Always thinking about the best for our students, right? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jessica. All right, great. And then we have, oh, right, Angela, do we have one more or?
Yes, we do. We have Miss Pamela
Great.
here also.
All right. Great.
Miss Pamelita, are you there? Can you hear me? I don't know if she can hear me. I'm gonna try to reach her from in the WhatsApp, maybe. Let me see. Miss, where are you?
Hello.
She has abandoned. No, I'm sure she's here. She's probably having some issues with the connection today. It's been kind of weird for many.
Yeah. Yes. So shall we move on?
Yeah,
Yes?
I think yes.
All right. So thank you so much, Angela. Thank you so much, Magali, and for your experience of being in this project, all right, and working as well when selecting teachers. Okay, so now you're going to see something really interesting, and you're going to, okay, now I'm going to move, all right. Oh, the mouse is not working again. Okay, all right. Now, if you look at this picture, all right, and this has to do, yeah, I want this here. And this has to do with prelim 3. You can read activities. Okay, I'm not going to read it for you, okay? So what do you think prelim 3 is going to be about? Having this, you know, having all these words, you have to use only one word, all right? So what do you think prelim 3, okay, will be about? All right. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. I have, okay. I'm going to tell you. All right. I'm going to tell you that after sharing the objectives of prelim 3. Right. And these are the objectives. You can read. Okay. I'm going to mention just like the key points. All right. So classroom teachers resources or materials. Actually, the resources and materials are used in the same way within the within the concept of Green 3. And something very important, capacity of the UK, in this case, our partnerships, and their ETA. What is ETA? English Teacher Association, creating and distributing contextually relevant ELT materials. So I think that this is the big news. Yes, is it clear to everybody? It is clear to everybody. Okay, I'm going to assume that yes, it is clear to everybody, because I have to continue. And I'm going to mention about phases of this project. You must have realized that Prelim 1, we didn't participate because we didn't know. Yes, we didn't know. Prelim 2, we participate, and it was about what? Okay, what happened is that in Prelim 1, all right, they found out, they realized they could perceive the teachers were a bit shy, all right? So they were not comfortable speaking in English. So Prelim 2 had two objectives, all right? To develop, all right, linguistically, all right, to improve linguistically, okay, teachers' language, in this case, teachers' English, and also something very important that that I really love, to boost teachers' self-esteem. And I'm not going to mention, but when Angela mentioned Jane and Simon, and they did activities in which teachers were in the activities, I guess that we could say we made it. Now, what happened? Teachers have developed linguistically, teachers have developed their self-esteem, all right, which is very important. And now what is happening? Okay. Prelim 3 is going to work on materials. And this is a longer project because it began in December, and this is going to finish when next year, all right, March 24. And it is demanding, okay? So I'm going to explain briefly. When they mention partnership is when the British Council introduced, all right, okay, so for example, Leo, I have to mention as well Diana Sempertigue from Chiclayo, who is representing Pedro Ruiz Gallo University. She's also participating in this Prelim 3 for Peru. All right, so the partnership was to get together, to get to know each other, and to establish, you know, to establish a timetable. So we get together every Wednesday from 10 to 12. And then we had the research. And the research is one of the most important things. We are in this stage, actually, as all the other associations that were accepted to work on Prelim 3, okay? And I'm going to stop here because if I talk about the other, which is important as well, I'm not going to mention something that is really very important. How are we going to know how our partnership from UK, which is your associates, how are they going to know our context? How are they going to know what a student feels like? How are they going to know, for example, about this not nice situations? So through online questionnaire, and this is, all right, the online questionnaire that we beg, that we really beg, that we ask you to answer. This is the heading, all right? Partner Remote Language Improvement Project, your associates, Peru ELT Networks, English Teachers in Peru, okay? And then you have some questions, all right? It is a long online questionnaire. We have already gotten 49, but something that that Tom, all right, that Tom Heifel from your associates and Nikki are asking is that they would like to have much more information because we have open questions as well. So could you please, if they say, for example, what are your students' interests? Please write as much as you can, okay? So this is the heading of the online questionnaire, and this is one example, all right? I'm going to show you just some samples of what you're going to get. Needs analysis online questionnaire, teaching context. Okay. Urban or rural location. All right, you answer. Now, something very important. It is not because you are teaching in a rural area that your school is going to be chosen. This is not about teachers being selected. This is about schools being selected. But you have to give the reality. You have to give the context of your location, all right? And then we have the next question you can read. Students' first language, mother tongue. It could be Spanish, it could be Aymara, right? And then the next one, I guess that the answer is 11. Now, yes, and I'm going to repeat something that I've already mentioned because I want to really insist on this. What topics do your learners enjoy the most? If our UK partnership, okay, because they are the ones who are going to work, the ones who are going to write these materials, yes, they have to know what topics our learners like. And this is, I think that you can answer more than what some have already answered. You have a lot to mention, all right? For example, what topics do your learners enjoy the most? Okay, maybe we don't have time, yes. Okay, urban, rural, okay. Now, okay, thank you, excellent. Now, what about this question? What topics do your learners enjoy the most? Please, what topics? About music, about geography, about mobiles, about tools, what Alicia was just talking about before. What is your learners' main interest? What do they enjoy? How do they become happy, all right, when having a material? So the answers are A, B, urban, rural. Okay, traveling, excellent. Ruth, thank you, Ruth, for participating. Yes, they love, okay, great. So this is the topic that is going to be taken into consideration. Then what else? The routines, excellent. Food, yes, of course. And can you imagine if we have materials where we can share typical food from Arequipa, typical food from Puno, typical food from Sullana, typical food from, I don't know, places that they have never been mentioned. All right, what else? Leisure time, yes, leisure time. And then music, yes. All right, okay, music, sport, yes, sports, okay. Thank you very much. Music, yes. And in this prelim 3, materials are going to be created satisfying. It's not what we want, it's not what you want, but satisfying learners' needs. All right, and you are going to be the ones who are going to transmit this to the UK partnership, to York Associates. All right, and then the next question is, yes, when they act out, something very important, Maggie Incio, all right, thank you so much. When they act out, we're going to add in these materials a cultural component. And Acting out is there. Rosemary, food. Yes, of course, Rosemary, we're going to mention about food. And then games, dance, yes. Can you imagine my marinera there, you know, like having these steps? And it reminds me about last year, prelim 2, we have marinera in the closing. They were dancing. Games, yes, of course, digital games. All right, so all right, definitely digital is on. And then, oh, okay, Miss Eva Progreso, great. 182 Spanish, 3-4 years song stories. Yes, famous people. Yes, all right, great. They love to sing. Yes. And then what are your learners' main challenges? Okay, so what are the things that they have to need to be given more support? Okay, now I go to the next one. These are just samples. Type of resources you use in lessons. Okay, and this question goes for you. All right, for you teachers. And we have this. Okay, can you read the question? Which content do you think resources in your lessons need to have? Okay, authentic material, newspaper articles, YouTube clips, etc. Do you agree with authentic material? Just yes or no in your answers. Yes or no. Challenge, get understand the text in English. Excellent, Laura Paukar. Rosemary, main challenge is use the technology. Excellent, yes. Singing, playing, or reading, teens stories. Yes, teenagers, right? Yes. I love teaching teenagers. They say that they are adolescents. In English, the word is adolescents as well. But in Spanish, we say that they are adolescentes porque adolescen. But it's not like that, come on. All right? And then different resources. Now, cultural component. A cultural component. We're going to give information about the local partnership. For example, if our partnership is based in Yorkshire, then they are going to mention about Yorkshire. It's not going to be about the Big Ben. It's not going to be about repeated information. It is the newness of the information that makes materials success. Listening practice, reading practice, video content, pronunciation. Jan is wondered, excellent. Yes, pronunciation, which is not here, but we can include it. Yes, we will include it. All right. And then video content, real world examples, 21st century skills, and so and so. All right. So, but these questions have to be answered by teachers, by you. And we go to the next one. Next analysis on my questionnaire, lesson preparation. What do you have? What you, proven teachers, have to prepare your lessons. All right. And something very important that I forgot to mention at the very beginning. I think that this project, this Prelim 3 project, is just for us. Why? Because do we have textbooks? All right. Do teachers of English have textbooks to use with the students, to use with the learners? Could you please answer this, yes or no? Do teachers of English from public schools have textbooks to use with their learners? Yes or no? Okay. I'm going to wait for some. Oh my God, lots of answers. Thank you so much for your participation. Yes. And my question is, do teachers from Peru, English teachers, do we have a textbook to use in our lessons? Yeah, very good. All right, Emma, no. Yes, and if this project is about materials, this is just for us. Also, there's another country that is in the same boat, okay? India. India doesn't have textbooks, so it is great for them. lesson preparation, and you can see what's available to you. What do you have? Internet, mobile, smartphone, mobile, at this computer, laptop, tablet, work classroom, others. Okay. Very good. Yes, no books in public school. Yeah, this is true, but this is going to change. You will have materials. Right. One more sample about lesson delivery. Okay. What's available to you? When you are teaching, what do you have? And you have the questions. Do your students have access to digital learning equipment and resources? Digital learning equipment and resources? Yes or no? If yes, what do they have access to? Sorry, this is a lapsus, right? This is a mistake because you are supposed to give you are supposed to expand your answer. And the next one, are your students allowed, permitted to use mobiles in class under your supervision? This is going to be a special question, and I'm sure that we're going to have many answers. No, no, yes. All right. Yes, yes, yes. All right. No, yes, yes. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for participating. I'm so happy. Now we go to the next. Okay. This is a long questionnaire. Type of resources you use in lessons. So what resources do you currently use? Do you have now? And you can read, there's a list. Original teaching resources created by yourself, original teaching resources created by your colleagues, courses, other books, handouts, etc., etc., etc. Yes. And this is an easy question because you have just to check. All right. Yes. Tablets. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Very good. Irma Celis. They have access at their home. All right. And then we have yes. Excellent. David Wachillo Rios. I totally agree with you. Authentic material. Authentic material. Yes, this is what they mean. We need. Now, and there's a final question. This is not the online questionnaire. It has more aspects. But we have a final question. And with this, okay, clip part, I want to motivate to answer this question, all right? And it says, would you be interested in participating in a quick follow-up discussion to talk about some of the answers to your questions? I don't know, what's your answer? It has to be just a yes or no. Would you be interested in participating in a quick follow-up discussion to talk about some of the answers to your questions? Yes, 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 yes. All right, yes. Okay, yes. Right, love you. Very good. Okay. Now, I want to emphasize something very important. Okay. Now, in some of the online questionnaires, some teachers have answered no, because maybe they are afraid or they are not sure. Good news. Okay, I'm going to tell you what the questions are, and this exchange of ideas is going to be in Spanish. All right. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay. My goodness, I love, yes, yes, yes. All right, so we go. The final question. Okay, what does the final question implies? It is a focus group and the conversation among teachers, all right? So you might be sort of afraid because if you don't know what questions are going to be taken into consideration, of course, I would feel the same, right? So here you have the questions. These are the questions that are going to be in a focus group, that are going to be considered in a focus group, right? Focus group, the picture, and, you know, exchanging ideas. Now, this was done by our by our partnership, okay, by York, but your language studies. Focus groups, what you think matters, all right? I'm going to make just pieces of each question, all right? So in the first question, it says, in your opinion, what are the biggest gaps? What are the biggest weaknesses in resources where you work? So what is something that is not good, talking about resources where you work in your school? Okay, so gaps, synonym, weaknesses, all right? Maybe you don't have resources, so you write, we don't have resources at all. Question number 2, what issues impact on the resources you have or don't have? Now, what problems, okay? What problems impact on the resources, whether you have or don't have? Maybe it might sound like a bit tricky, but this is, okay, you have problems for working with resources. That's the meaning of the question. Number 3, I would like to have a volunteer, but it's going to be all right, yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you for participating. I love you. Now, and are there any non-resource-based issues that you would like this project to address? So we're not talking about resources, but we're talking about different things that you want Prelim 3 to consider in the development of this project. For example, methodology, all right, listening, cultural aspects, exams, international exams, all right? Now, the next one is clear, okay? Name 3 positive changes you would like to see in your teaching institution, okay? For example, speaking club, competitions, and this is what we're going to organize this year. Well, I'm talking rep reality networks. We're going to have competitions about capital of countries, about facts about famous people, and about different things, but new things, all right? AAB, okay. And then no materials, good headphones, internet. Yes. Gladys Puma, internet. Yes. All right. The time, we have only 2. This is a very, now, so this is something that you have mentioned. Flor Esther Angulo Leon, I love you. The time, we have only 2 or 3 hours per week. You have to write that so they know, and they're going to think, for a situation, for an educational situation that has just 2 or 3 hours, okay, materials have to be developed in this or that way. Thank you so much, all right? Techniques, English teaching material, right? Culture, yeah, I love that. Okay, digital tools, whoever you are, I love you. Culture aspects, this is so important, yes. And the materials are going to have lots of cultural aspects. Not only from Yorkshire, but also from our country, but also not just Lima, but all different areas that we have. And the last one, as a teacher, and this is very important, this is tremendously important. As a teacher, what would you personally most like to get from this project? For example, be more responsible, have different ideas, have a network of teachers, have a community of practice, all right? this has to do not with the professional aspect, but with the personal. And you know that personality comes when you teach. Personality comes in our teaching, okay? If you are a bit tactless, I mean, you need to work on that. So this is a very important question. As a teacher, what do you personally most like to get from this project? Discipline, for example, okay? So they are going to work, or we are going to work on discipline routines, all right? Have a community practice, yes, Inker, Ijurao, yes, we will, actually, we're having a community of practice from Prim 3, yes? And then we have communication, excellent, Carmen Guzman, maybe we can have the communication club, all right? Or communication, sorry, because this is about personally. So communication, all right? Yes, and I think that this is what lacks in our institutions, all right? Communication, and then Ruth, get the best from my mind and soul, yes. And you're talking about mindfulness. You're talking about emotional issues. You're talking about you're talking about the post-pandemic effects, side effects that we can tell when we are teaching, right? And then, okay, this is the last question. You have like 9 or 12, you know, ladies, please. There's a deadline, and the deadline is March 31st. March 31st is the last day that you can submit these online questionnaires. We are going to spread all these online questionnaires to all teachers in such a way that we can have 100 or maybe 200 answers in which we can have, all right, the situation, and especially what is something that you need, that we need regarding our educational context, okay? Practice, yes, Gabriel, practice, to get more students who would like to learn more and deeply. Very good, Jesus. I agree with you, Jesus. Yes. All right. Yes. And then practice, Maria Carmen Urbina. Yes, as well. And practice. Students talking English. Yes, and this can happen. We can make it happen, right? Okay. So, oh my God, we have, yes. Okay. I don't know if you have any question and answer. Any questions, sorry, and I could be the one who, okay. Since we're running out of time and Claudia she's like waiting, okay. Could you please here, you have my email address, okay, if you want, if some questions are not clear, but we are going with Mariela and the administrators, Diana and I, we're going to share, we're going to spread this online questionnaire because that's the reason why we're going to have information. We need to have information, all right? So, and then, okay, if you have any extra question, please, you have my QR code and my email address.
¿Se me escucha, sí? ¿Está
Yes,
bien o creo
yes,
que está con
Mariela.
eco? Está bien, ¿verdad? Querida
Yes.
Leito, quiero agradecerte de todo corazón por la presentación el día de hoy, por la propuesta de Prelim. Creo que ya todos los maestros lo tienen súper claro. Es una gran oportunidad para todos nosotros. Gracias a los organizadores y gracias también por encabezar esta propuesta tan noble, tan bonita, que todos los maestros realmente necesitan. Te agradezco una vez más en nombre de la comunidad English Teachers in Perú. Te pido que te quedes con nosotros unos minutitos más mientras presenta Claudita para poder cerrar todas juntas, ¿sí? Gracias,
Por
querida
supuesto.
Leito. Miles de
No,
gracias.
a ti, Mariela. Mil
Hola,
gracias.
buenas
Sí,
noches, ¿se
Claudita,
me escuchan?
preciosa. Sí, ahora sí, se te escucha, Claudita,
Sí,
querida.
me escuchan.
Comparto. Entonces, a ver, dame un minutito. Espero que así se pueda ver.
Ok.
Estás compartiendo, Claudita, ¿verdad?
Por favor, ¿sí me escuchan?
Sí, se escucha, todo bien.
Perfecto. ¿Cómo están
Ahora
todos? Buenas
sí.
noches. ¿Sí?
Sí.
Perfecto, hemos superado los percances técnicos. ¿Cómo están todos? Buenas noches. Muchas gracias, Marielita. Muchas gracias a todo el grupo de English Teachers in Perú por invitarnos. Gracias, Leito. Gracias, Alicia Lara. Les voy a robar unos minutitos más. El día de hoy los felicito. Tenemos a más de 700 profesores conectados un sábado por la tarde, a pesar de todo lo que estamos pasando en el Perú. Así que los felicito porque sé que estamos aquí de todos los rincones, no solamente de Perú, sino también de Sudamérica. Hoy yo les voy a hablar brevemente sobre English Score. ¿Por qué les voy a hablar brevemente? Porque los invito a descargarlo. ¿Qué es English Score? Es un aplicativo. Ahora todos compramos entradas para el cine en el aplicativo, la medicina en el aplicativo, pagamos el colegio de los chicos en nuestro aplicativo. Y ahora vamos a poder rendir también un examen internacional a través de un aplicativo. ¿Qué examen internacional vamos a rendir? El examen British Council English Score. Es uno de los 3 exámenes que forman parte del portafolio del British Council, o como los conocemos aquí en Perú, del Consejo Británico. ¿Qué es lo novedoso de este examen internacional? Que cuando hablamos de exámenes nos ponemos nerviosos. Pensamos en fechas específicas, en el curso de preparación para el examen, en el libro que tengo que comprar, en que voy a estar en un entorno donde todos me van a estar mirando, qué nervios, si desapruebo, tengo que esperar todavía hasta el siguiente noviembre para rendir mi prueba nuevamente y ya pagué y ahora tengo que ahorrar. Nos vamos a olvidar de todos esos paradigmas que teníamos porque este es un esquema totalmente distinto. Cuando hablamos de English Score, hablamos de un examen internacional que se rinde 100% a través de un dispositivo móvil. Descargamos el aplicativo, la descarga es gratis. Tomo mi examen, el tomar mi examen es gratis. Obtengo mi resultado, el obtener mi resultado es gratis. Entonces, Claudia, ¿qué tiene el costo? El costo es para comprar mi certificado. Este es un esquema distinto, es un examen disruptivo, como les había dicho, porque aquí no vamos a pagar antes y mordernos las uñitas 2 meses para saber si aprobamos o no. Olvidémonos de eso, porque aquí primero tomamos el examen que es gratuito, obtenemos nuestros resultados gratuitos y procedemos a comprar nuestro certificado internacional. Este es un examen que ya tiene más de 6 millones de usuarios y es reconocido en 150 países. Nosotros generamos asociación con universidades, por ejemplo, aquí en Perú, Norbert Wiener, César Vallejo, UTP, Universidad Nacional de Trujillo, Universidad Nacional de Cajamarca, utilizan English Score. ¿Qué empresas utilizan English Score? Manpower, IBM, Toyota, Microsoft, Pfizer, en sus procesos de reclutamiento utilizan English Score. También generamos alianza con gobiernos. Muy pronto tenemos una sorpresa también con el Ministerio de Educación de Perú. Actualmente estamos trabajando con el Ministerio de Educación de Colombia. Se están evaluando a más de 10,000 profesores a nivel nacional con English Score. ¿Por qué? Por la facilidad que permite esta herramienta. Ustedes pueden tomar el examen cualquier día del año, cualquier mes, 24/7. Aquí algunos profesores que están conectados hoy día, el 31 de diciembre me estuvieron escribiendo: Claudia, yo no quiero terminar este año sin dar mi examen internacional. ¿Para mañana en la madrugada ya estará mi resultado? Sí. Les cuento que los resultados prácticamente son inmediatos. Y la novedad de todo, ya no vamos a esperar 2 meses para recibir un certificado. Nuestro certificado tarda como máximo 36 horas. Quiere decir que, nuevamente, es un esquema totalmente distinto. English Score evalúa las 4 habilidades del idioma. Tenemos 3 certificaciones internacionales. Ustedes deciden si quieren dar los 3 exámenes o si solamente rinden 1 o 2, o probablemente hoy, en marzo, van a rendir el Core Skills. Luego, en mayo, deciden tomar Speaking. Y en julio, que tienen un poquito más de tiempo durante las vacaciones escolares, pueden tomar el examen de Writing sin ningún problema. ¿Cuánto tiempo toma cada examen? Entre 30 a 40 minutos como máximo. ¿De qué va a depender? Probablemente de nuestra agilidad al momento de responder cada una de las preguntas. Por ejemplo, si probablemente tenemos ahí algunos temas con la pronunciación, con escuchar, vamos a poner al audio, escucharlo 2 veces. Pero si somos súper buenos en listening, lo escuchamos una vez y obviamente el tiempo se acorta, ¿sí? Como les había comentado, esto es clave porque les cuento que Marielita ha preparado unas preguntas para el final, así que presten mucha atención. Son 3 exámenes los que tiene English Score, son 3. Uno se llama Core Skills, el otro es un examen netamente de habilidad comunicativa que se llama el examen de Speaking, y el tercero, comunicación escrita, que es el examen de Writing. Tiempo promedio, entre 30 y 40 minutos. ¿Cuánto tarda mi certificado? Máximo 36 horas, como máximo. Claudia, pero ¿equivale a qué examen de los que ya conocemos? Es equivalente a cualquiera de los que vemos aquí en pantalla. ¿Cuál es la diferencia? Yo voy a mencionar 2. ¿Cómo puntuamos? English Score va a determinar desde si alguien tiene un nivel pre-A1. Imagínense, lo podríamos utilizar incluso como placement en las aulas. Y también evalúa hasta un nivel C1, es decir, hasta probablemente los profesores, ustedes, algunos alumnos del programa avanzado de las universidades. Yo les hablé de 2 diferencias. La segunda diferencia es el precio. El precio, esto tiene un precio bastante cómodo. El precio oficial del examen actualmente es $25. Perdón, el precio oficial del certificado, porque el examen es gratis. Descargar el aplicativo es gratis. Tomar mi prueba, obtener mis resultados, siempre va a ser gratis. Recordemos que el éxito de un examen internacional radica en conocer el formato. Muchos de nosotros en algún momento hemos pagado un curso de preparación para identificar el tipo de preguntas, aprender a manejar nuestros tiempos, conocer el examen, porque dominamos el inglés, sabemos que somos buenos, pero necesitamos conocer el tipo de preguntas. Ya no va a existir un curso de preparación en el caso de English Score. ¿Por qué, Claudia? Porque ustedes pueden tomar el examen 2 veces en un día y hasta 10 veces en un mes. ¿Qué quiere decir esto? Que en el celular ustedes van a ver su reporte de sus 10 notas del mes. Por ejemplo, si yo el día de hoy tomo un examen de Core Skills y es la primera vez que lo tomo, es altamente probable que por estar conociendo el formato, todavía no manejo bien mis tiempos, obtenga probablemente un nivel B1. Pero yo digo, no, yo quiero obtener el B2 porque mi directora me ha pedido el nivel B2, porque para postular a ese empleo que quiero necesito un B2. Tranquilos, se preparan porque ahí el sistema les va a dar un reporte de en qué fallaron. Por ejemplo, de repente mi nota más baja ha sido en gramática y vocabulario. Perfecto. Voy a prepararme más en gramática y vocabulario y lo puedo volver a dar mañana el examen, puedo darlo la otra semana, porque recuerden, puedo rendirlo 2 veces en un día y hasta 10 veces en un mes. Esto es magnífico porque nos están dando realmente la oportunidad de practicar, de autoevaluarnos y de finalmente decidir si compramos o no el certificado. En English Score no te inscribes para ningún nivel del marco común europeo. Rindes el examen y el sistema calcula tu resultado. Esto quiere decir que ya nos olvidamos de que me voy a inscribir para el examen B2 y si lo desapruebo ya perdí todo mi dinero. No, aquí recuerden, vamos a practicar siempre. La descarga es gratis, el tomar el examen es gratis, el obtener el resultado es gratis. ¿Qué tiene un costo? Contar con el certificado internacional. El precio oficial de cada certificado es $25. que ya es mucho, mucho más económico que cualquier otra certificación en el mercado. Pero cuando hablamos de un examen internacional que se rinde a través de un dispositivo móvil, a través de un aplicativo, pensamos si realmente se están tomando en cuenta medidas de seguridad, porque eso es bastante importante. Recuerden que les comenté que el examen es avalado y reconocido en 150 países. Nosotros tenemos que tomar muy en cuenta la seguridad. Primero, el sistema tiene millones de combinaciones de preguntas. ¿Recuerdan que les dije que pueden tomarlo 2 veces en un día y 10 veces en un mes? Nunca, nunca nos va a tocar la misma pregunta. No existen bancos de preguntas en nuestro examen. Las preguntas se arman de manera inmediata para cada uno de nosotros. Es como si estuviéramos tomando un examen personalizado. ¿Cómo se arman? En base a la respuesta anterior que di. Por lo tanto, si yo tome el examen hoy 2 veces, no voy a repetir la misma pregunta, nunca la voy a volver a ver, porque cada pregunta se arma en el instante. Durante mi prueba, no puedo tomar capturas de pantalla. Se ha deshabilitado esa función. Tampoco puedo compartir ni proyectar pantalla. Esas funciones se han deshabilitado. Adicionalmente a esto, mientras estamos tomando la prueba súper concentrados, el sistema, a través de la inteligencia artificial, está tomando fotos durante toda la prueba y no nos avisa. ¿Con qué finalidad? Nosotros ahora hablamos mucho de inteligencia artificial, pero no debemos dejar de lado que también debemos contar con revisores humanos. Eso es súper importante. Este examen combina ambas cosas. Inteligencia artificial para crear preguntas en el instante, para tomar fotos, para evitar que tomemos capturas de pantalla, pero involucra a revisores humanos que van a ver las fotos que el sistema tomó, van a escuchar las voces que el sistema grabó mientras estuve tomando mi prueba y determinarán si nos corresponde o no nos corresponde un certificado. Adicionalmente a esto, cada certificado tiene un código único de verificación. ¿Con qué finalidad? Es como si mi certificado tuviera un DNI. ¿Por qué? Para que cualquier persona en Perú o alrededor del mundo, cuando le llevemos nuestro certificado, ingrese a nuestra web, escribe ese código y verifique cuándo fue emitido ese certificado, a quién le corresponde, cuál fue la nota que obtuvo. Ya no necesitas mandarle un correo a alguien, lo haces en tiempo real, visualizas todo eso en tiempo real. Nosotros tenemos un programa de alianzas que le llamamos el Approved Partner Program. ¿Qué significa eso? Que nuestros socios estratégicos pueden incluir su logo en el certificado internacional oficial. Recuerden que nuestros certificados son reconocidos en 150 países. Hablamos de llevar la marca de la institución educativa a nivel mundial. Ahora que hablamos de Agenda 2030, que hablamos de ciudadanos del mundo, de oportunidades globalizadas, estamos llevando un certificado cobrandeado a nivel mundial. Eso es súper importante. Además, dentro de cada certificado, de todo el universo de fotos que tomaron el sistema, elige 6 fotos y esas 6 fotos aparecen en nuestro certificado internacional. Mi certificado va a llegar a mi correo, lo puedo descargar en mi aplicativo las veces que yo quiera. Claudia, me robaron el celular, no encuentro mi certificado, ¿qué puedo hacer? Lo buscamos en el correo. Tu institución educativa también lo va a tener como si fuera una base de datos en tiempo real. Y como les decía, después de dar nuestros exámenes, cada examen emite un certificado. Pero si yo como docente opto por rendir los 3 exámenes, también recibo un certificado único con mi reporte de las 3 evaluaciones que rendí. ¿Con qué finalidad? Para poder mostrarla a nuestros empleadores, a los directores, a aquel centro de idiomas al cual estamos buscando postular. Recuerden que este es un certificado de British Council, ¿sí? Eso es súper importante. Brevemente les cuento que hay algunos beneficios para las instituciones educativas que se conviertan en nuestros socios. El primer beneficio es un descuento muy significativo para la institución. El segundo beneficio es que compartimos las notas de sus estudiantes en tiempo real a través de un tablero de control. ¿Qué quiere decir aquí? Que vamos a ver a nuestros alumnos desde que empezaron la prueba, si la terminaron, si dejaron el examen incompleto, pero lo mejor de todo es que vamos a ver las fotos que el sistema fue tomando en tiempo real a través de este dashboard. Esto es novedoso, es la solución a lo que nosotros ahora llamamos el sistema de evaluación, que muchas veces en las instituciones educativas, cuando hablamos de un placement o de un examen de suficiencia, tenemos el problema de, ¿confiaremos en que los alumnos tomaron la prueba? Con English Score tienen esa solución. Adicionalmente a eso, a cada institución educativa que se convierta en nuestro socio, nosotros le brindamos el soporte de un gerente de cuentas. Le asignamos el soporte de un gerente de cuentas para la promoción y la difusión de esta alianza estratégica. También cedemos a la institución el uso de nuestros logos. ¿Qué quiere decir? Que la institución se convierte en un socio aprobado nuestro y puede usar nuestros logos en publicidad interna o en publicidad externa. Como verán, esta es una propuesta 360. Es un examen novedoso, disruptivo, gratuito. El certificado es el que tiene un costo. Y además tenemos el programa de acompañamiento a las instituciones. Hoy Marielita les va a contar alguna novedad por ahí, tiene algunos premios. Yo les agradezco muchísimo por este tiempo que nos han brindado. Y cualquier duda o consulta, aparece ahí mi correo electrónico. Muchos de ustedes ya tienen mi teléfono. Yo, como siempre, encantada de poder apoyarlos para lo que necesiten. Muchísimas gracias. Que tengan todos un bonito fin de semana. Gracias, Marielita.
Ahorita no te muevas porque te voy a raptar un minutito más.
No
Acá hay preguntas porque están bombardeando aquí el chat de YouTube. Están todos emocionados porque ya se les ha ido adelantando la noticia. Con respecto al tiempo de validez del certificado.
Perfecto. Cada uno de los certificados que tiene British Council tiene un periodo de validez de 2 años, ¿sí? Esa es la caducidad. ¿Con qué finalidad? Porque recordemos que si el idioma no lo practicamos, lo vamos perdiendo. Ustedes me van a dar la razón porque ustedes, como docentes, siempre están practicando el idioma y saben que si dejamos de practicar, lo vamos perdiendo. Por lo tanto, el periodo de validez es de 2 años.
Perfecto. Entonces, ya saben, teachers, el periodo de validez es de 2 años. Y bueno, quiero agradecer el desprendimiento del British Council a través de English Score con la comunidad de English Teachers en Perú. El mes de diciembre realmente se pasaron porque en el cierre de webinars nos dieron la oportunidad de darles a todos los asistentes las licencias gratuitas, porque recuerden que cada examen está a $25, eso equivale a $75 por docente y eran más de 600 o 700 participantes. Y se les dio a todos los asistentes las licencias gratuitas para que tengan la oportunidad de tomar el examen, de poder tener un certificado que tanto necesitamos de nivel de inglés. Y el día de hoy, por supuesto, no se ha hecho la diferencia. Una vez más con el desprendimiento, vamos a tener 30 licencias completamente gratuitas de 3 skills, ¿verdad, querida Claudita? A ver, todos los administradores, ahí leíto, que necesitamos a Alicia, aplaudiendo al British Council, a English Score, por este gesto. Las 30 licencias gratuitas, ¿para cuántos skills son, Claudita? ¿Nos confirmas, por favor?
Para los 3 exámenes, para que los profesores puedan validar las 4 habilidades del idioma. Van a recibir un voucher que les va a permitir que al momento de generar su certificado paguen 0 soles y obtengan los 3 certificados gratuitos.
Exactamente. Entonces, esto va a ser para 30 docentes y esos 30 maestros, ¿cómo van a salir? Les explico rapidito. Ya, muchas gracias más bien por estar hasta estas horas con nosotros. Ustedes saben que el cierre de webinars es así. Así que si ustedes son ETiP members por mucho tiempo, no tendrían por qué extrañarse. Nosotros tratamos de hacer el cierre a lo grande, con invitadas de lujo como hemos tenido el día de hoy y con excelentes noticias para la comunidad ELT. Y para dar estas 30 licencias vamos a premiar el hecho de que estén hasta esta hora compartiendo con nosotros, teachers, porque vamos a considerar a todos los que el día de hoy van a registrar su asistencia a través del Exit Ticket, que en este momento mejor no lo comparto todavía porque si no se me desconcentran. Ahorita lo voy a empezar a compartir a través del Exit Ticket, pero esperen que les explico. Dentro del Exit Ticket hay preguntas. ¿Quiénes van a ser los 30 ganadores? Porque no vamos a poder hacer sorteo, porque si no nos pasamos hasta la medianoche con el sorteo. No hay forma, anyway. Entonces, lo que vamos a tomar en cuenta es que no haya ni un solo error. Y para eso, se supone que han atendido toda la transmisión del día de hoy. Porque ustedes son, pues, super teachers y quieren seguir formándose y quieren seguir mejorando para ser mejores maestros en el aula. Entonces, las preguntas están relacionadas a la ponencia de Miss Alicia Lara, que ha sido buenísima. Querida Alicia, todavía está ahí con nosotros. También está relacionado a lo que compartió mi querida Leonor Marín. Está relacionado también a lo que nos ha compartido sobre English Score Claudita, así que yo espero que hayan estado atentos. Tenemos ahí nuestra keyword, que es Prelim 3, así se los digo tal cual, Prelim 3. Ya les estoy avisando, que tenemos nuestra keyword, que es Prelim 3, y las preguntitas. Si todo está así, 100% ok, entonces, de esos maestros que hayan tenido todo al 100% bien completado, no olviden por favor su correo electrónico, porque aquí ya está. Por favor, de ellos vamos a considerar esto ultimito, que es que hayan tenido la mayor cantidad, al menos el 90% de asistencia, es decir, mínimamente 5 webinars del ciclo de 6 que hemos tenido de estos docentes del día de hoy que van a salir, y obviamente que sean fieles seguidores ETiP, de English Teachers in Perú, ¿no? Y ya saben, teachers, entonces solo nos queda llenar. Querida Miss Miriam está por ahí, porque de repente ya por la hora nos abandonó.
No, sí, acá estamos.
Está por ahí. Por favor, el éxito, que lo van a fijar ahorita en el chat.
Okay, Miss Marielitas, thank you so much for so amazing surprises, Miss Claudia. It's great to have some gifts for our followers, the English teachers in Perú. Ok, llegó el momento de dar nuestro exit ticket y cerramos con broche de oro estos seminarios que hemos estado llevando semana a semana. Este es el último ETiP Webinar y lo estamos cerrando realmente con grandes invitados, agradeciendo una vez más la participación de nuestra querida Alicia Lara, Miss Leonor Marín y Claudia Herrera. Muchísimas gracias por ese desprendimiento de su tiempo, por ese desprendimiento de conseguir siempre algunos beneficios, bonos, premios para nuestros seguidores fieles que siempre nos siguen semana a semana. Este es nuestro último exit ticket. Me estoy demorando un poquito para que tengan más tiempo de llenar el formulario. Entonces, el exit ticket tenemos https://cut.ly/last ETiP webinar. Hay que tener cuidado que empezamos L mayúscula, A, S, T minúscula. ETiP conocemos que es E mayúscula, T mayúscula, I minúscula, P mayúscula. Webinar, empezando W con mayúscula, E minúscula, B minúscula, I minúscula, N minúscula, A minúscula y R minúscula. Recordemos que hay que tener mucho cuidado en llenar nuestros datos, ya las indicaciones están dadas, hay que tener en cuenta todo lo aprendido en esta maravillosa noche. Recorremos rellenar todo lo mejor que podamos para poder ser beneficiarios de este premio que nos está ofreciendo Claudia Herrera, ¿no? Entonces, los esperamos, solo tienen 15 minutos, por favor, rellenamos rapidito nuestro exit ticket.
Miss Miriam, para decirles, porque por ahí están diciendo keyword, pero nosotros ya dijimos cuál era la keyword del día de hoy, y si han estado atentos, seguramente que saben cuál es, porque no la vamos a repetir, teacher, si no vale que la estemos escribiendo tampoco, porque no vale plagio en los exámenes. Entonces, ya dijimos la keyword, que puede ser la Castello, puede que no, se estén equivocando, no lo sé. Quienes han estado atentos tienen el 100% de seguridad de cuál es esa keyword que es tan importante, porque es un súper proyecto que se viene este año, del cual nos ha hablado nuestra querida Leonor Marín. Y ahora sí, procedemos entonces. Agradecer de todo corazón también al maravilloso equipo de administradores de English Teachers in Perú, 20 maestros que están ubicados en diferentes partes de nuestro queridísimo Perú, quienes se han unido con el mismo corazón, con el mismo objetivo de poder apoyar, de poder generar un espacio en el que todos nosotros podamos trabajar de manera colaborativa y podamos tener espacios como este también para seguir formándonos con el apoyo de personas, con la experiencia necesaria y con esa generosidad y bondad en el corazón de compartir, como el día de hoy ha sido para nosotros la presencia de Alicia Lara, Leonor Marín, Claudia Herrera, y quiero agradecer de todo corazón. Dejo de compartir, podemos ir encendiendo camaritas para el cierre. Quiero aprovechar para agradecer de todo corazón al British Council, porque realmente es una organización internacional súper reconocida, que aquí en Perú ha generado muchos espacios, apoyado con becas, programas, capacitaciones de diferentes formas a todos los maestros. Mi persona ha sido beneficiaria de ello. Leito estaba presente porque también tuvo que ver ahí a ETiP en ese entonces, que estaba con el British Council a través de Champion Teachers, ¿no? El programa que hubo de Core Skills, habilidades blandas, ahora que se vino con todo y con Claudita, con English Score, que está teniendo una presencia súper fuerte y nos está dando la oportunidad de poder lograr algo que tanto anhelamos, ¿no? Para ir mejorando y también testeando nuestro nivel de inglés y practicando seguramente también para poder dar en el aula lo que nuestros estudiantes esperan de nosotros, ¿no? Una buena enseñanza. Querida Alicia, un aplauso de parte de los administradores el día de hoy, que estamos presentes para tu presentación, por todo lo compartido. A Claudita, otro súper aplauso también, por representar al English Score y por esa bondadosa sorpresa para nuestros ETiP members, y a Leonor Marín por traernos tan grata sorpresa y este proyecto Prelim que se viene con todo para este 2023, apoyando a los maestros con recursos que tanta falta nos hacen, porque la verdad es que en el momento al menos desde el Ministerio de Educación, por las razones que fueran, no hay ni un texto de inglés, ¿no? Realmente los maestros sufrimos en ese sentido y vamos viendo de qué manera nos agenciamos y nos guiamos, ¿no? Y creo que eso va a ser algo súper bueno, Leo. Y yo sé que liderándolo tú, con más razón todavía va a ser algo muy bonito y hecho con mucho corazón. Tal vez unas palabritas antes de despedirnos. Empezamos dándole el pase a mi querida Alicia Lara.
Thanks so much, María Lidia. Muchísimas gracias a ti por encabezar esta maravillosa comunidad, a cada una de las personas presentes, tanto en el admin team de English Teachers in Peru, como a todos los participantes de esta noche. Y yo quería aprovechar esta oportunidad, resumiendo mi comentario. Ya saben que yo suelo hablar bastante, pero voy a resumir diciendo que ha sido para mí un honor poder participar representando al British Council English Corps en esta oportunidad. Agradezco a Claudita Herrera por ser intermediario también de esta maravillosa oportunidad de poder compartir con ustedes nuevamente. Y cierro también con un corazón que te quiero mostrar acá, mi estimada Leo Marín, porque justamente hemos cerrado esta serie de Summer Webinars para la comunidad y quisiera aprovechar la oportunidad, porque hace un tiempito no nos veíamos también face to face, en comentar a todos que en realidad yo a Leo le tengo una gran estima, porque de hecho la persona que me dio la primera oportunidad y el primer empujoncito para empezar a compartir conocimientos con justamente teachers y dar ya en realidad workshops, seminars, plenaries y todo esto fue justamente Leo Marín, para quien va mi agradecimiento eterno, y siempre que hago el comentario lo hago con mucho orgullo hacia tu persona. Muchísimas gracias por la oportunidad. Marielita, estamos aquí como siempre para apoyarte y felicitaciones a cada uno de los teachers que toman como siempre inicio los sábados webinars diciéndoles gracias por estar aquí un sábado por la noche. Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias, querida Alicia. Y qué bonito que haya ese reencuentro aquí en vivo. Qué bonito recuerdo. Y qué hermoso es cuando nosotros hacemos esas demostraciones de gratitud. Definitivamente demuestra la calidad de persona que uno es. Y no me extraña de ti, querida Alicia. Qué bonito gesto y qué bonito que se reencuentren las dos. Ahora, querida Claudita, tal vez un mensajito para toda la comunidad antes de despedirnos.
Muchas gracias de todo corazón. Para nosotros es un placer poder seguir creciendo junto a ustedes. Como habíamos comentado, es una excelente oportunidad, no solamente por tomar una certificación internacional, sino también para poder autoevaluarnos. Yo soy docente y en algún momento, cuando egresé de la carrera, me dijeron tienes que tomar un examen internacional y yo perfectamente entiendo lo que significa tener que ahorrar y de repente vivir con la tensión de poder rendirlo o no. Así que los invito a descargar el aplicativo. Te agradezco muchísimo, Mariela, a toda la comunidad porque siempre nos han abierto las puertas para poder participar y como lo digo siempre, espero que no sea la última, esperamos seguir teniendo actividades junto a ustedes. A nombre de nuestro gerente también, como les decía, Ben Cook quiere participar en una sesión. Ya me ha dicho, por favor, avísame, Claudita, que yo ese día duermo tarde porque él está en Londres, así que en definitiva para una nueva etapa de estos eventos nos invitan, que aquí estaremos. Y también para mí ha sido un gusto volver a ver a Leito. Leito, no te veo desde el 2014 de manera presencial, pero de seguro que nos vamos a volver a ver. Mira, han transcurrido 9 años, así que definitivamente nos tenemos que volver a reunir. Un abrazo para todos. Felicito a todos los profesores porque realmente son las 9 de la noche y seguimos conectados un sábado por la tarde porque queremos seguir aprendiendo, queremos seguir creciendo y apoyándonos como equipo. Así que el bravo va para todos ustedes. Muchas gracias.
Oh, qué linda, gracias. Y para toda la comunidad, los profes que están ahí. Gracias, querida Claudita. Tú sabes que las puertas de la comunidad están completamente abiertas para el British Council, para English Score y para ti. Así que nosotros felices de contar con más representantes que sigan difundiendo esta oportunidad, porque es una oportunidad para todos nosotros. Querida Leito, un mensaje de despedida antes de cerrar este ciclo de webinars.
Sí. En realidad, Alicia, tú me has leído en la mente. Yo actualmente no estoy en Lima. Llego la próxima semana, llego el 25. Estoy en Bogotá, porque mi hija está viviendo en Bogotá por razones de trabajo de su esposo, de mi yerno, de mi hijo. Entonces, aquí viene lo personal te robaste mis ideas, Alicia. Hemos compartido tanto de que...
Buena maestra tuve.
No, somos de la misma promoción, por favor. Cruzábamos la pista para ir a inicial, la misma pista. Y quisiera reunirme contigo también, Claudita, con todos. Yo estoy llegando el día 25, la próxima semana. Quiero también mencionar el dolor que se siente cuando uno no está en su país y suceden cosas terribles como la que están pasando en el norte de Perú, ahora en Lima me están contando que también, y créanme que el dolor es doble, pero teniendo esta actividad, Mariela, no te imaginas cómo me ha alegrado, no solamente el corazón, sino el alma. Entonces, mil gracias, Alicita. Cafecito pendiente, tenemos una reunión pendiente. Claudia, también, justo hoy día estaba hablando con Ralph. Y a todos los administradores de English Teachers in Perú, mis felicitaciones, porque trabajan duro y trabajan bien. Muchas gracias, Mariel.
Muchas gracias, Leí. Estamos con la expectativa de Prelim, así que seguramente vamos a seguir teniendo noticias de cómo va yendo el proyecto y cómo se van a ir beneficiando los profesores, qué tipo de convocatorias se van a hacer. Se va a compartir con toda la comunidad también el formulario de Prelim para que todos lo vayan llenando, porque es súper importante para que podamos acceder a recursos valiosos. Y ya se les va a compartir con respecto a la lista de ganadores, porque también están preguntando por ahí, ¿y cómo sabemos? Se va a publicar también la lista de ganadores y también a través de su correo electrónico, porque han llenado hoy día el Exit Ticket Teachers, así que no se preocupe, todo va a ser de manera transparente, como siempre hacemos todo en English Teachers in Perú. Y bien, un abrazo grandote a cada una de ustedes y ahora sí nos vamos despidiendo todos y empezamos rapidito, pasamos por nuestros administradores, mi querida Angelita Salazar, que ha estado el día de hoy, que fue parte de Prelim, que estuvo ahí haciendo la parte de la entrevista, viendo el nivel y que fue algo muy, muy bonito. Angelita Bella, una despedida, por favor, abran sus micritos, aunque se les escuche la vocecita.
Estoy un poco ronca, perdone.
Oh,
pero
gracias,
como siempre, un abrazo a todos y nos vemos pronto.
Nos vemos, porque después vamos a tener, ya saben, que a medio año por ahí, igual vamos a tener un nuevo ciclo de webinars si tenemos todavía proyectos como el Study Group, en el caso que tengamos examen de nombramiento, ascenso, los apoyamos por ese medio, estamos en WhatsApp, estamos en varias cosas en realidad a la vez, no paramos todo el año nosotros. Mi querida Jessica Magali Carguavilca, que es administradora en la comunidad, mi Jessie. Ya está, ahí está el abrazo.
Thank you all, dear English teachers in Peru.
Ya está la despedida de mi querida Jessie, David Cuadros, nuestro querido administrador.
Gracias por habernos acompañado. Gracias también a las maestras que hoy día se lucieron, sinceramente. Muchas gracias a todos.
¿Y cómo da el ejemplo? Porque David tiene el corazón ETiP súper, miren su fondo de pantalla tan hermoso.
Sí.
Y a mí no se me ha ocurrido, miren qué bello que está. Mi querida Miriam Córdoba, querida Miriam.
Sí, muchas gracias. Una vez más, felicitarles a las maestras que nos han acompañado y nos han iluminado con tantas ideas brillantes que nos han dado y que necesitamos bastante nosotros como teachers. Y a nuestros seguidores que todavía nos están acompañando, muchísimas gracias, un abrazo y hasta la próxima.
Gracias, querida Miriam, parte importante de nuestro equipo. También está con nosotros una de nuestras administradoras súper antiguas, ya llevamos años juntas. Miss Lilia, ¿cómo está? Buenas noches, para que se despida.
Buenas noches, Miss Mariela, buenas noches, Miss Alicia, Miss Leonor, Miss Claudia, un gusto de haberlos tenido en la comunidad. Es una buena sorpresa para nosotros también que nos estén dando esta oportunidad a todos los docentes del Apple Score para poder bajar esta aplicación que está muy interesante. Y muchísimas gracias a todas las docentes que hasta ahora nos están siguiendo. Y bueno, hasta la próxima, ¿no? Gracias, Miss Marielita.
Gracias, querida Lila. Y tenemos a Dianita hermosa, ¿cómo estás? Nuestra administradora de la comunidad, súper tierna ella.
¿Cómo están?
Ahora sí, Dianita.
Gracias a todos también por acompañarnos todos estos webinars y a usted, Miss, porque siempre nos involucra, ¿no? Para seguir avanzando y aprendiendo, y gracias a todos los invitados que han estado durante todo este webinar, de verdad muy agradecida y siempre aprendemos algo más. Gracias a todos los que participan también con nosotros. Gracias. Y hasta pronto.
Gracias, querida Dianita. Y está también Ricardo Núñez, nuestro administrador más bello, su sticker atrás. Con esos stickers trabajan en WhatsApp. Los administradores tienen su sticker y así van motivando en sus grupos, compartiendo recursos. Nos despedimos también, teacher Ricardo Núñez, unas palabritas.
Ya, muchas gracias a nuestros tres ponentes que nos han dado unos datos muy importantes para desarrollar nuestras habilidades pedagógicas, ¿no? Ya usted, maestra Mariela, que nos impulsa a ser cada día mucho mejores, y a todo nuestro equipo de English Teachers in Peru. Thank you very much for all.
Oh, gracias, muchas gracias, querido Ricardo, que ha sido uno de los últimos administradores, pero que se ha acoplado tan lindo con nosotros y es un super shaver, porque comparte de todo y lo quiere mucho en el grupo en que administra en WhatsApp. Y ahí está nuestro querido travieso, Kurt Vilela. Kurt.
¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo están? Muy agradecido de haber tenido una participación tremenda por parte de Leonor, Alicia, Claudia, que nos ha dado bastantes sorpresas acá para la comunidad. Y pues me siento orgulloso de pertenecer a esta comunidad y orgulloso de tu liderazgo, Mariela. Sin ti esta comunidad no avanzaría, pues, ¿no? Así que no es una despedida, es un hasta luego nada más. Vamos a seguir teniendo más webinars.
Gracias, Kurt. No es mi cumpleaños. Qué lindo cumplido que recibí el día de hoy. Gracias, querido Kurt. Pamelita preciosa. Buenas noches, para que te despidas de la comunidad, nuestra administradora en Facebook.
¿Qué tal? Buenas noches a todos. Bueno, muchas gracias, Miss Mari, por este ciclo de webinars. Hoy día hemos cerrado con broche de oro, gracias a nuestras 3 invitadas. Ha sido un webinar muy bonito, con muchas sorpresas, ¿no? Los premios están espectaculares. Y bueno, gracias a todos por seguirnos. Vamos a seguir con más sorpresitas, trabajando siempre por nuestros English Teachers in Perú. Muchas gracias por su confianza y nos vemos pronto. Miss Mari, como siempre, ya saben, agradecida con usted. Gracias.
Oh, gracias, Pamelita Bella. Y no solamente hay maestros de Perú, tenemos varios maestros de Panamá, de Ecuador, de Colombia, de Panamá, de Paraguay, Argentina, uy, y ya Puerto Rico, porque luego se enojan conmigo y nos hablan en WhatsApp, Miss no mencionó tal país, y están ahí. Y realmente gracias, porque ellos también son una parte muy bonita de la comunidad y aportan mucho, y hay intercambio de culturas, de conocimientos, de vivencias, que enriquece a cada uno. Es algo muy bello también. Querida Zuli, bella, hermosa, Zuli, de nuestra administradora en Facebook, en WhatsApp.
Gracias, buenas noches con todos y muchísimas gracias a todos los English Teachers que sábado a sábado han estado acompañándonos en cada uno de los webinars compartidos, y a nuestras invitadas de lujo del día de hoy, muchísimas gracias por compartir interesantes ponencias y las sorpresas también para toda la comunidad. Y gracias a todo ese equipo maravilloso que estamos también trabajando por todos los English Teachers, ya sea de Perú y también de los diferentes países que nos acompañan. Gracias, Miss Mari, por la oportunidad.
Gracias, Zuli Bella, y yo tengo que agradecerles a ustedes, porque en realidad yo puedo guiar, pero sin ustedes, sin todos conformamos English Teachers in Perú, esto no es nada. Todos nosotros somos un equipo, y un maravilloso equipo de personas hermosas, maravillosas, con un corazón bello, que sin nada a cambio, siempre sacan parte de su tiempo para compartir con los maestros. Yo admiro a cada uno de ustedes por esa vocación y por ese afán altruista de querer seguir forjando espacios como este que fomenten el crecimiento de los maestros, ayudándonos entre todos. Gracias, querido equipo. Mi Gina, no crea que me olvido de usted, le estoy haciendo sufrir. Nuestra querida administradora está ahí para despedirse de la comunidad. Mi Ginita, está en el carro, está en el metro.
Estoy en el... Discúlpeme, muy agradecido con ustedes, Miss Mariela por su liderazgo, Miss Leonor, Miss Alicia, Claudia, por sus enseñanzas que nos comparten, muy agradecida también con mi equipo, espero verlas pronto, bendiciones.
Gracias, querida Ginita. De mí ya está empezando a sonar el serenazgo, ya vienen por mí, ya es tan tarde, hoy día nos pasamos súper tarde. Y ahora sí, cerramos este ciclo de webinars con la presencia de Alicia, Leo, Claudita, para decirles a todos ustedes, queridos maestros, que tengan un año lleno de éxitos, que vayan a sus aulas, no solo a llenar la mente, sino a llenar los corazones de sus estudiantes. Este es el tipo de formación que damos, una formación integral. Formamos seres humanos y hay que también tener cuidado con la parte emocional, que es tan importante para nosotros. En este momento en que muchos están pasando por un momento tan delicado y se necesita de más amor y menos odio, menos resentimiento. Creo que eso es lo que va a hacer que nuestro país surja y crezca como debe de ser, unidos. Ahora sí, nos despedimos todos. Bye, bye.